My brother, my cousin. How are you?
Peace, man. We on the air, man. What's going on, bro? You know,
Man, you know how it is, my brother. Yes, we are on the air. We are live. I'm sorry to give you that give you that cue that we always do.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes, my brother, we are live and we got a really good show today. How you been, man?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm again, once again, I'm excited about today's guest, man. Uh, I had the opportunity to. A sister had hit me up, man, because she know I was, involved with trying to get my firearm and not have it illegal like we used to do when we was kids, and you know, we've been trying to get this brother on for a minute now, man. So um, this should be a good one for educational purposes, man. Is just awesome. I know a lot of we. This actually can turn out to a nice conversation because we've had some people on that aren't so welcoming with firearms, etc. So this one should be pretty interesting, man.
Okay. Yeah, you know how it is, man. When we get these guests, you know what the minutes of information does. I start putting some things together. So I'm really excited to talk to this brother as well. And I think that this will be very informative for the community. Why don't you go ahead and introduce the brother?
Well, without further ado, man, I mean, this brother has a whole lot going on, and the little information I able to gather, I mean, that says nothing for what I'm sure he's involved in. So, without further ado, man, today we have on the line with us individual, no other than firearm instructor, brother Willie Choice. There he is.
Well, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? It's all good.
Welcome to the show, my brother. How you doing?
Thank you for having me. And I'm sorry for the delay with me coming on to the show, but things happen and folk be forgetting sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
But uh I had my daughter out last Sunday, and sometimes when I'm with her, time just takes over before you know it. Hey, I'm supposed to be someplace and I'm not there. But I'm Willie Choice, and I am a firearms instructor. I've been one for a good 7, 8 years now. My experience with firearms come from being in the military. I was a military police in the Air Force, and now I'm a retired New Jersey police officer. Um,
All right, all right, all right.
yes, sir. I spent time in the Army, 4 years and 10 years in the Air Force, and I have a I've put a lot of students through firearms training, from basic pistol firearms training to the CCW training, which was legalized in New Jersey and New York in July 2022. I think it was June 2022 or July 2022. Anyway, it is a hot thing right now, and I am in New Jersey. You guys are in New Jersey as well. I know Henry is. What about you, Daryl?
I'm originally born and raised in New Jersey. I live in the DC area now. But let me give you some love and let the audience give you some love
Oh
for your
yeah,
military service. We
oh yeah,
appreciate you.
absolutely,
Thank you.
absolutely, brother. Yeah.
Thank you. DC, I actually am part owner of a security company slash environmental specialist company down in the Maryland, DC, and Virginia area.
Okay.
Well, we are a security company, but we also do inspections for HUD. We got this new
Ah,
certification,
Wow.
nice.
this new HUD standard certification called Inspire, and we're doing good things down in DC, Virginia, and Maryland right now. And I've actually expanded the company to New Jersey. So in New York, I got to get into New York because it's getting crazy out here. But
Yeah.
anyway, Air Force, police, Army guy. I was in the Army, and 4 years, 1984 to 1988. I tried to. Being in the Army, I learned that everybody in the military don't fight. I could give you a scenario of what the military is. We're out here on the streets, right? We got corner store, we got the hospital, we got the bus company, we got what do we got? Garbage workers, fire department, police, nurses, hospitals. Well, that's the same thing in the military, except for there's a gate around the whole thing, and everybody in it is wearing uniforms. So you got a lot of people in the military that work 9 to 5 Monday through Fridays. Uh, Me being in the Army, I was like looking around, everybody ain't carrying guns. So I figured, 4 years was up. I joined the Air Force and do something different.
Right.
But I wind up becoming a cop anyway. So back to the guns.
Hmm.
I don't want to monopolize your site. So, do this, and then I'll
Nah,
be
you're good. You're good.
I'll be
You're good.
quiet. But the NRA instructions, I've got more than 100 students that I pushed through basic pistol in New Jersey, and the CCW is really starting to pick up. So
Right.
my class the CCW is 14-hour class. You get some of the stuff that you got in basic pistol, but what I plan to do, because you can't get it all in one class. So what I plan on doing is just running Zoom meets and podcasts, whatever Zoom meets with most of my students that I put to, invite them on, and we have discussions, because one thing that I have to reiterate with these students is that you don't go for the gun first. You may have to take a whipping and not ever even pull that gun.
Right.
But that the gun is not the first go-to. So I have to push that, because I read the news and I see a lot of people doing a lot of crazy stuff, and a lot of people are legally carrying, doing crazy stuff.
Right.
Going for the gun first. Not only do I train in firearms, but I train in security as well, having a security company. So in New Jersey, I am a certified SORA instructor. So I train unarmed and armed security officers. So that's what I do. That's me, Willie Choice.
Didn't hear you, Daryl.
I was saying, brother Willie, you sound like a dangerous brother.
A
No,
well trained brother. He's well disciplined, man.
Yeah, I
I
see, I
am.
see, I see. You sound like a really dangerous brother. Um, that's good, man. So tell us a little bit about what happens when you sign up for the basic firearm training. What's that
Basic
process like?
firearms. Okay, basic firearms training. Um, the what I do now is I kind of still do basic firearms training for people who don't want the CCW. Other than that, I combine the CCW and basic firearms training together so people could get it. Basic firearms training. What I used to do is, or still what I do is, I train people in basic firearms. Right. We talk about I'm gonna pull this off the top of my head. We talk about safety. We talking about the having the the attitude, for firearms to own and operate firearms. We
Right.
talking about we talk about the nomenclature of firearms. We talk about the the, the ammunition. We talk ammunition, and we talk about then we what we do is we have a nice long 8-hour class, and then we go to the range to put it all together with a target, because we do dry firing in class as well. I bring the firearms. I have an arsenal. I know people first start, they don't have no guns and whatnot. So I
Right.
bring an arsenal to class. Also, what I help people do is apply for their firearms identification, state issue firearms identification, permit to purchase firearm, and then set up their fingerprint appointment for their background check. New Jersey makes it easy. Okay, it could get done in 20 minutes online. New York, New Jersey, and New York and California didn't want you to carry firearms. They didn't want you to have it, but New Jersey make it easy by letting you do it online within 20 minutes. New York, you got to hand carry that paperwork everywhere. And once you hand carry that paperwork everywhere to everybody that needs to sign off, to include getting it notarized, getting your photos to hand in with it, and then you take it back to the police plaza, they still tell you it's going to take a year before you get your firearms. I think. Now,
Wow.
the longest I seen it take in New Jersey was over COVID. It was taking 4 or 5 months for you to get it, and that's
Right.
still good. And
Right.
that's still good compared to New York. Now it takes between 30, 40, 50 days. But get this, my CC, once you get your firearms ID, you get background check done by the state police, and they forward your results to your local police department. That's why we use the ORI number when you fill in the application. I provide the ORI number to people to make it easy for them. They send your paperwork to the local police. The local police call you when you pay a little bit of money, and they email you your firearms ID and your permit to purchase and everything once your fingerprints is done. Now, when you go for your CCW, your background check has already been done. So the application goes to the state police, but it immediately, whatever they do quickly goes to the local police. Local police call you in, you pay the fee, and then you get it. You get it. I've seen people get their paperwork back in New Jersey within 3 weeks.
Yeah.
They're
Wow.
killing it. They're killing it.
Wow.
you know. So
Yeah.
so yeah, it's really so. Like I said, having 8 hours of basic pistol when we go for the CCW, which is 14 hours, we breeze through that. Now, the thing about the basic pistol, and I really push this because when I do the basic pistol training for people, and at the end of the class, they get their certificate. You get a certificate from NRA. I get you a certificate for both courses, and then I tell you, go to the range and practice.
Right.
Go to the range and practice because the CCW course of fire is harder. It could be harder than the basic pistol. Some people might think basic pistol is harder, but I give really good instructions, and I've only had like 2 people that didn't do well,
Mm.
mainly because they just didn't do well. They either didn't comprehend it, or they just weren't shooters. And believe it or not, both was men. All my women passed the courses.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, both was men, and they were over 60. So let me just throw that in. But all the women have passed course. Women actually are better students, fellas.
Oh
Oh,
man.
that's serious, man. A lot of women seem to be heavily involved in security now. Back in the day, it was predominantly men,
Yeah.
but now it seems like the
brothers,
classes be
brothers. Did y'all
full of
say?
women.
Did y'all brothers just say that women
Yeah.
predominantly better
Now
shooters
look,
than men?
you
Yo,
got
man.
you got to
Yeah.
pay attention to women because women are different. Listen, I don't know if you guys ride motorcycles. I don't
Your
I
sisters,
don't
go
know if
ahead.
you guys ride motorcycles, but men, we get on a motorcycle, right? We want to see what this thing is made of. So we dig in. And when
Right.
we find out what it's made of, it's all broken up. We done ran into something. Women are very, very careful on motorcycles. So they're kind of careful. They're careful, you
Yeah.
know.
Oh man,
And
that fellas, we got to do better, fellas.
Hey,
Fellas, we
man.
got to do better. Come on, fellas.
across the board,
I
across the
think.
board, because even in the collegiate community,
Yeah.
Right.
women in colleges,
Yeah. Yeah.
they they
That's
treat
that.
they treat our women better than they gonna ever treat us.
Oh
But
yeah.
still, it don't mean that we can't get in school and learn something.
Absolutely. The
Yeah, man.
reason I mentioned that because I did a research thing on the University of Maryland had a study. Shout out to the University of Maryland. They saved my life, so I always give them a shout out. They did a high risk study on high risk communities and the benefit of firearm safety training. I think it was like 51 black men from Brooklyn and the Bronx that they did a face to face interview with, and they said the basic results without going through the whole stuff that they said was like 15.7% of the men said that a friend of theirs taught them how to fire a firearm, and 80.4% said that they watched it on TV or some video or some online training.
Mm.
The reason I bring that up. Do you think that um, actually taking the course and getting certified would help um, lower the gun violence in high risk communities? Because that's a controversial subject. So I'd like to get your opinion on it.
The gun violence in high risk communities. What I do know is that you go to states where they open carry, right? Like Virginia, even Pennsylvania, except for Philadelphia, they can open carry. So in down south, in states where they open carry, people tend to not mess with you
Mm.
because if you got a gun in the back of your truck back here, you know, if you're in a state where they open carry and you know everybody's carrying guns, you're kind of careful and whatnot who you mess with.
Right.
Um, what was your question? It was like, well, we're learning
It,
in this state
mhm.
now with I believe. Listen, I think that it would help. I really do.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
really
because it's a
think.
controversial subject. There's really no flat iron out statistical data that says one way or another
Mhm.
because they're all just starting to get the research in. And
Yeah.
one of the other things that they mentioned in that particular study was that they didn't really take into consideration the men who have been shot at. If
Mm.
there's no gunshot wound, they don't record it as one of those situations where they statistically add that into their final tally. So
Mm.
it's still a new study, and there's no, as I said, no real particular way to the left or to the right of it. I was just curious as to what your thought was as a professional. But thanks, man. Thanks for that. I like
Yeah.
that. A lot of information here, my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
A lot of
have
helpful
information.
information.
I have information.
That's what we love,
You
Listen.
know,
man.
one of the things that I found out to be a heavy conversation is that a lot of the gun violence is really it's illegal. It's done by illegal guns. People who have no training. People who and I'm just putting it out there. Growing up in Jersey, and I'm sure this is like this throughout the country, man. But growing up in Jersey, you know, I think I was like, I had to be, I was a teenager, man, and I had to, a guy, three guys come up from behind me and put a pistol to my head, bro, and took my radio from me, man. And I went through years where um, it made me want to reciprocate. It made me want to do that myself. And then when I got older, um, well, first of all, let me say this: my local friends, when it happened, when I went back to the block where I lived, they went and pulled out firearms that I never knew they even had.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And so, when I got older, I myself, obtained a firearm, and they're so easy to get. People think that like there's stores, alcohol stores on every corner, man. Bro, in between those stores, there's a dealer, there's a firearm dealer that's selling you an illegal firearm. It's dirty, it got bodies on it,
Mm.
and it's so easy, man. Like it's just it's like a situation where that these illegal firearms in a whole world that it's in, it comes with part of the destruction of who we are as a people, man. You know what I'm saying? And so I highly encourage and would love to influence people to not be fearful of what um, the illegal firearm world has done. Step up to the plate. First of all, know your rights, and if you're not a responsible person in general, I would say this is not for you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You have to have a certain level of maturity and a certain level of responsibility. You know, accidents happen, and most of the time, uh, accidents happens when an individual it just doesn't have that high regard. People play. There's
Yeah.
people playing out here.
Yeah.
And I don't really, you're very familiar with all of these things, man. You served in the military, you served as a police officer. So I'm sure there's nothing that you haven't seen out there, man. You
Yeah.
know, I think that, if there was any encouraging words that you could give someone who may be a little bit hesitant to say, nah, I don't want to mess with guns, What could we say to get people to understand that this is not about messing with guns? First of all, you know what I'm saying. This is a very serious issue,
Mhm.
and so what could we say to people who may have some hesitation?
Well, a person who has hesitation, it's hard. It would be hard for them because in order to get into this firearms, in order to get a CCW, you have to come to the grip that you might have to take somebody's life. And a lot of people ain't good with that. My wife is not good with that. I've trained everybody in my house, everybody who come through my house, but not my wife will not go anywhere near the gun. you know. Um, it's like even like I was a martial artist coming up. Now I was a bad kid, I grew up in Newark. I was a bad kid, and the streets is what made you bad because everything that's good about me I got from home.
Right.
Everything folks don't like about me I got from the street. You know what I mean? So
Uh-huh.
they used to beat me up in school. So for years, I mean, I fought back, and I got suspended in every grade I was in coming
Wow.
up.
You,
and, and then and then I went and I learned how to fight martial arts. I got a black belt in 3 different styles of martial arts. I was fought around the world, and I was the kickboxing champ of the Philippines. Me and
mm,
Mike, me and
wow.
Mike, me and
That's
Mike Tyson was coming up together. Our fighting careers was like aligned and whatnot. So
right.
one of the biggest upsets I've ever seen. Living in the Philippines watching a big screen TV when Mike fought Buster Douglas in Tokyo. It was terrible. It was
Wow.
terrible. That was a bad fight. So,
Absolutely.
um, but what I'm saying is, even people who learn martial arts to fight, a lot of people do not want to punch somebody else in the face. They just don't want to do it.
Right.
They actually have to get punched in the face before they hit somebody back. And you can't be politicking in no fight. First come, first serve.
Yeah.
So the people who are fearful, look, basic pistol, when you get your basic firearms identification and you get a permit to purchase, that basic pistol is for you to have a firearms, keep it at home, keep the home safe. With that pistol and that firearms ID you have, you can only go to the range and practice and back home. Can't go left or right. You can't make no stops in between. Because if you
Right.
get stopped by the police and it's not within that line of going to the range and coming back home, then you're going to get arrested and whatnot for illegally carrying. That's illegally carrying. So that's why the CCW, it allows you to carry anywhere in New Jersey. That's not unlawful for you to bring a gun there, like a school, a
Right.
bar, a park, a government building. You know what I mean? Something like that. Courthouse, you can't bring a gun in the courthouse. Um, so for the people who fear guns and fear using them, uh, uh, we have other courses like refuse to be a victim. You may have to learn some type of self defense. In order to uh, protect yourself. There's pepper spray. You can have pepper spray. You can have them taser things. You know what I mean? But if you're scared to use a gun, then it's not. It's not. Because what we teach is the skills, the knowledge, and the attitude to own and operate a firearm safely and whatnot. So um, maybe you like my wife is scared to use the gun, but my daughter who's 16, she shoots like I do. You know what I mean? and and everybody else. So if something happened, my daughter got it.
Yeah. 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 That's what's up.
Instructed, she got it. you know. So the wife don't have to do that. Stay in your room. The daughter got it.
Right.
So,
That's what's
but
up.
so
That's what's
that's what
up.
it is. You got a whole household, man. Now, if people reading the news, then they see that home invasions are picking up.
Yeah.
And look,
Yeah.
as the economy does what it does, and as these people make it difficult for us as a people or everybody else as a people are going to start doing things like in that movie Changing Places. Remember that movie? Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
Hmm.
so people there's some people out there with stuff on their mind already. In law enforcement, we know that crime only happens when there's opportunity for it to happen, right? And the criminals see women and children and maybe small frame men as soft targets and whatnot, you know. So I get tried all the time, you know. But you know, I have that mental attitude that sometimes I forget, but I have never gotten to a situation where, okay, the first thing I'm gonna do is go for my gun.
Mm,
No, no, I've never done that.
right.
And
Right. And I think that's
I'll tell
what the
you
youth
when you
does.
can go for your gun.
Right. I think that's what the youth does nowadays, that they don't put any idea into, self defense and really what it takes to protect yourself.
No, they're
Their
different.
immediate reaction is go grab a firearm.
They're
Um,
different.
and that's why we have this escalation in violence. And I always, when I'm doing a conversation or having a conversation with somebody about gun violence, I think that we've gotten to the point, at least in our community, that we need to stop treating gun violence as just like a criminal justice issue and create it more like a public health issue, because um, it's becoming so serious in our particular neighborhoods that we need to change the course. So it was a pleasure, man. Man, talking to you, bro. I could do this all day, man. You got so much information, so much now. It was a pleasure meeting you, my brother.
Yeah.
Yes, you as well. And you know what? One thing I'm gonna do is when you guys get a chance, email me your addresses. I'm gonna send you the basic pistol books. Okay, look
Excellent.
through
I
those
like that.
books. Learn. There's 5 fundamentals of shooting. See, somebody teaching how to shoot is one thing. Some going on the internet and learning is one thing, but
Right.
those 5 fundamentals work. Okay. And when I train folks, and even though we in class one day, I give you the 5 fundamentals. We drill, we drill, we drill, we drill. We dry fire in class, we drill 5 fundamentals, we drill safety, we talk all of this.
Right.
And then we get to the range, and it's something totally different because what they hear is bang, boom, bang, bang, bang. And they like,
Yeah.
what we doing?
Right. Yeah. We going to war, man. What's going on?
What we doing? I
Yeah.
forgot the 5 fundamentals. I forgot all that good stuff I was doing in class and whatnot, you know? So I'm in their ear, you know? And then the basic pistol, go get your training after you finish class. Go get your practice on. Go get your practice on. People don't do it. Now, I'm going
Right.
to tell you, even police and armed security officers, they don't practice.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Not until it's time for them to
To recertify.
recertify where they have to shoot. And let me tell you, if you're an armed security officer and you don't practice, now it's time for you to go recertify and you don't pass it, you don't work.
Right. Yep.
Wow.
Nope.
You have my email address, brother. I sent you the link. So
Yes,
I
that's
love to
right.
take a look
That's
at that
right.
book.
I need your
Appreciate it.
addresses because I want to email you
Okay.
books.
I'll
I
send you my
mean, not email. I want to put in the mail these books. These are basic
absolutely.
pistol. It's a really good read, right? But the
Hmm.
60W pistol is a good read as well. It's like basic pistol is like 150 pages, and I go through the whole book when I do basic, but I go through it without opening up the book, right? I go through the
Hmm.
whole book, and then if I feel like I forget something, then at the end of the class, even if I don't feel like I forget, at the end of the class, I go through the whole book really quick. We did this, we talked about it, we did this, we talked about it, so people get it, and then they get to take the book home, and then the CCW book, which is called Personal Protection Outside the Home. It's a really good read too. It's over 300 pages. That's why we can't get through the whole thing in class. No 14-hour class. So
Right.
Tell
we
the
will
people how they
have
can get involved
ongoing
in your
discussion
class.
about that.
Tell the folks how they could get involved in your class. What do they need to do if they want to sign up?
What I do is I have a Facebook page. It's I think my Facebook page is Willie F. Choice Jr. That's a lot. Willie F. Choice Jr. on Facebook. And what I do is I post monthly when my classes will be. And then when people say they're interested, then what I'll do is I'll go online and I'll publish it and people reach out to me uh that way, or my phone number is 609-433-6719. Text me and I'll let them know the link. I'll send them the link to how they can sign up for the class. I have SORA security classes every month, and I have firearms training every month, you know. So now the research class, I do that by demand. And so that's what I do. Now, not only am I doing SORA now, but we're gonna be doing handcuffing, nightstick, pepper spray,
Uh,
first aid, AED, CPR, and self-defense. Now I don't get those certifications until February. There won't be a class. Now, although I know this stuff,
right.
having a certification means that once I train you, I get to give you a certificate. So when you go for that job with the armed security, and they say we want you to have this, this, and this, and that, you got it. Remember, the other folk, I learned this in sociology. The other folks have a virtual backpack of benefits that they could leave their house with every day or not, and it works to their advantage in the departments of education, housing, and employment. And
Mm,
us as African Americans, we don't have that. We need to have a tangible backpack with
right.
those hardcore items inside those bags that say, when you go for it, they say, can you do that? You pull that out. Yeah, I got it right
Mm,
here. I can do that. Okay.
yeah, yeah. That's powerful, brother. That's powerful. We need more Willie Choices in the world,
Yes,
man.
we
I
do.
think
Yes,
there's three
we
more.
Yeah,
absolutely do.
yeah,
Absolutely.
This has been powerful, brother. There's three more. I got some family down south with my same name and whatnot. So
Oh man. Well,
Absolutely.
you know what, man? This has been an awesome experience, man. You know, an educated man like yourself is it's just it's such a powerful thing, man. So we want to thank you, man, for coming on and sharing the information with the audience and our listeners, man. Um, your contact information, if you wouldn't mind, just quickly reiterating that, and just for those who didn't get it, I know I sent you over my address because I'm ready for that book, brother. I'm ready.
good,
You know,
good. No, you'll have it. You'll have it. My email address is wchoice at dcyps.com. That's DCYPS is DCY Protective Services. And my Facebook is Willie F. Choice Jr. That's Facebook. I'm also a real estate broker, so it's broker Willie Choice.
oh man,
So,
I told
Killing
you,
it out here, Will.
I told
Now
you
I
there
see
was
why you need
something
all
else
that
going on.
skills.
I, I knew, I knew it was
okay.
something else. Yeah,
And my
you
phone, my
got it.
phone is 609-433-6719. Okay,
Yeah,
Willie needs
I knew it
security,
was
man. You be
something else
having
going
you
on, man.
getting that bag out here.
guys.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh yeah, you getting it, man.
I
You getting
really appreciate y'all having me on. This
It's
is
been a
good.
pleasure, man. It's been our
And the
pleasure.
word needs to get out. Listen, my real estate professionals out there, they walk into some shady situations. Ain't nothing wrong with having your joint. I've trained real estate brokers, mortgage professionals, and I got some pretty happy people out there. I only have, even the ones that didn't do well, the two, I only have satisfied customers.
it.
Okay. I
Yeah,
and this is this training, this firearm stuff. This is my passion, and I didn't even know it.
right.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We're gonna
Oh
post your stuff, man, so we can
oh,
all the
yeah,
information that we have from you and everything so that folks can reach out to you.
Okay.
yeah,
I definitely plan to send you my address and as soon as I can, and I'm gonna get
Okay.
some folks that I think need the, my whole family
Yeah.
should involve themselves in your training because, like you said, it's not it's better to have one and know how to use it than not have one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I appreciate you, my brother.
I'm a National Rifle Association certified law enforcement firearms instructor. I'm a firearms, that's a pistol and shotgun. I'm a civilian pistol and shotgun instructor. I'm a range safety officer and a home firearm safety instructor. Uh, National Rifle, so I go anywhere in the United States. I'm a I'm able to take my firearms with me because I'm licensed to carry in every state in the
mm,
United States. And NRA didn't do that for me. That's my actually the president did that when after 9/11. Any police that had been police for a 10-year period, he gave them what they call an HR 218, a LEOSA. We can carry anywhere in the United States. We have badges. We're law enforcement officers, but we don't work for any police departments. You know what I
right.
mean?
Okay.
Uh, So in New Jersey, I go all over. I'm a veteran, so a lot of places that I lock down to do my training when I'm on the move is VFWs and whatnot. And I try to get them closer to the ranges so we'll have a place to go shoot after the training and classroom. So yeah,
Hey,
Well,
thanks,
we
brother.
appreciate you,
thanks
brother
for
Willie. I
having
think our
me.
other guest has rung the doorbell there in the studio. King Henry, I think they hanging in there.
Yeah,
All
Brother,
right.
yeah,
brother Gerard, stay with us. We coming to you.
yeah,
Um,
brother. Man, thank you so much, man. Again, thank you for your services, man. We appreciate you. We want to bring you back on because I knew it was something else going on. You got the real estate happening, so we want to come back in and talk about that. That's a powerful thing as well, man. Thank you so much, brother.
All right. Thank you.
thank you,
Thank you,
brother
guys.
Willie. We'll be
Thank
in
you.
touch.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right now,
I'll send you my business cards.
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
Yes, sir. So how do I escape? Yeah, I think I.
Gee, yeah, this is
Going to be just an audio version, right?
yeah, this is the audio version, man. This is my. Are we rolling?
Yeah, we rolling right into we running them both
Oh man,
together.
we're right into the next one, huh?
Yeah, I just ran them both together since this was an audio one, and I'll just stop it. And,
Are we able to chop it though?
I can close this one out. Let's just go ahead and end this segment with Mr. Choice and go ahead and do with the brother Gerard. Family, once again, we brought that to you live again. Brother Willie Choice. And me and King Henry